All right, I'm sitting here with Jimbo and Uncle Ben, and these beautiful, these wonderful Kanakas have got something to share with us today.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben Nihi. I live on the island of Kauai. I've been doing this restoration, but I'm doing it through a format of what the original Hawaiians was doing before with a petition. We put in our own petition, basically to let the world know what has been done in Hawaii is very illegal, and that we, as the Kanaka, have the right to claim our lands. And even those that was born and raised in Hawaii, even though they don't have Kanaka blood, they have the right to claim the land was illegally taken by the wrong party, the U.S. government. My whole point or my whole value is I'm basing the paperwork from Kamehameha III, the Great Mahele, where it has documents on the Great Mahele. There is no title, legal title of the islands of Hawaii and all the way to the north, all the connecting islands. And we as a people going to start doing a lot of different things. Brothers that I've talked to, an author that is the caretaker of Kekaha Park and athletic areas in Kekaha, and a gentleman from Nihau. His name is Thomas Kanahele. He's ready to come in and make known what happened in Nihau, which is very illegal. That was an illegal claim, and we can bring out documents. Our documents, the Great Mahele, no title, and one of our main international document is the UN claim Hawaii is illegally occupied, and we have the right now to ask them to step in to help us on the international venue. Thank you, and my brother here.
All right, we're ready to go.
Okay, how's it out there? My name is James Alale, and born and raised here on this island. I've been here since practically had nothing on this island, and we could lie down in the middle of the road, and you're never gonna see one car for probably 15 minutes before a car come by. And you know what? There's a lot of things to talk about, but I want to talk about now. And this whole Hawaiian island, the culture is all going down into the shits. And I mean shits, I mean the shits. Because you know what? There's no more culture. There's nothing left of anything. The Hawaiian culture is not hula. Everybody forget about the Hawaiian culture. Everybody coming over here wants to learn the culture. Everybody wants to be spiritual. But most of you people are not going to get it. Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands is already gone. We might bring it back depending on the people. The regular Kanaka people, the Hawaiian people. The people need to believe in the culture. They need to believe in their ancestors. Now they don't believe in anything. They all want to become Americans. Because you look at them now, cell phones in the ear, skateboarding. They don't care about the culture. You ask them a question about culture, they don't know nothing about the culture. And all these people coming over now, you get the Micronesians, you get the Maoris, you get everybody else come here. They dumping the people over here. The Maoris and stuff like that, they come here, they get first preference to everything. What about the local people? The local people is all going homeless. And you can see them all around. And besides the local people going homeless, you have all the crazies that they sit dumping over here. That's why I said to you guys, Hawaii is like the cesspool of all the cesspools. Hawaii is nothing already. Because you guys dumping all you guys sick people over here. What about the Statue of Liberty? What is she all about? He said, when you sick, give me you poor and you sickly. Well, stay in America. Don't come over here and dump you sick people over here. We don't need them. We don't want them. And just like OHA was created to hide the Hawaiian money. And what they do, because of America get all this money, and they know they was illegal in taking the Hawaiian money, they had to funnel the money back into Hawaii, but they never give all the money back. So they created OHA. OHA is a created entity by the state of Hawaii. And the state of Hawaii is a created entity by the United States government. And the federal government was the one that has overthrown and also occupied the nation of Hawaii. So go figure that one out. Okay, so now the Hawaiian people, we got nothing. They disrespect us, they look down on us, they're probably spitting on us and laughing their asses off while they go and buy all these acres and acres of land sold by the government over here to them, the counties and the state, to them, and they don't have no titles to any kind of lands, nothing. And they can be proven that they don't have no titles to these lands. So, with that, another thing that I was really bothered about, and it's called the 103150 apology letter bill. And every time, about maybe 6-7 people that I know personally, when I talk about the apology letter bill, all they say is, oh, it's nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. But it is something. And the reason why it's something, because the President of the United States has apologized. If you read the letter, he apologized. And his most important thing, besides everybody think it's a so what letter, it stated public law. And you look in the laws, what is public law? The law. Anytime the president sign into any kind of law, they're going to put public law in them. And how I know that is because when I went to one court case in Lihui, the lawyer, I was going to use that in the court, but the lawyer told me that, we cannot use that law, 103150, apology letter. And he told me, because it's just a so what letter. This letter doesn't mean anything. But I told him it's public law. He says public law. It's an apology. That means when somebody apologizes to you with doing something wrong, you have to give back whatever or make amends to whatever you took from that person or country or whatever it is. But nothing was given. Everybody always say, wow, what you going to do? What, they get bigger guns or what, they're not going to recognize you? That is bullshit. Bullshit. I'm not going to listen to all this bullshit because it's stated right there, public law. I was so angry because they say it's a so what letter. You look inside half of the laws that was passed by the United States government, like the American Indian reservation laws about burials. He stated, and I have it somewhere in the garage, stated public law and get numbers to it. So why is the American Indians being protected? But their burials and things like that, all these sacred things. And the Hawaiians is included in that law also, in that public law. And in America, the Indians is protected. And also the Hawaiians supposed to be protected in that Indian law too. So, because they included the Hawaiians and the American Eskimos and all the cultural law in that one that I'm talking about. So, anytime when a president or the Congress or somebody makes a law, they're going to put public law. That means it's for all the public, for understand this is the law that they passed. And let it be known that it will be a law. So why did the lawyer tell me and all these people telling me it's a so what letter? To you, I'm telling you guys, so what? I'm flying it back to you guys' faces. So what? So what? Go read. No, go tell people what you guys think. You go read all the little fine lines, what it means. If not, you just as stupid. Because I felt stupid. Because you guys telling me this is just a so what letter. It's not a so what letter. It was signed by President Clinton, your president. And by the way, when he signed that apology letter bill, we had 7 years from that point to reinstate the Hawaiian government. We never know that to reinstate the Hawaiian government until on the 7th year. Before it ended, that's why the reinstated Hawaiian government was created and reestablished as the Hawaiian reinstated government. So now we're supposed to be in the government. We're not supposed to be controlled by the United States because we are occupied. We are totally occupied, whether you guys believe it or not. And I know most of you people out there, you guys always say, well, so what? You guys never take care of you guys people anyway. Good for you guys. Well, I tell you, good for you. When the day come, when when we're gonna have to take back everything, I'm gonna be there. Hopefully, if I'm still alive, I'm gonna be there. One of the guys pushing to say, all you Americans, that all you rich Americans that buy all these big lands, gonna lose it all. We're only gonna allow you guys to have only one house. That's it. Not 2 condos, not 3 houses for rentals and stuff. There's not gonna be no more rentals. Everything gonna be for the Hawaiian people first. And if I'm still alive by that time, that's what I'm gonna be pushing for. That the people come first. Not no Americans, not no Micronesians, not no Marshallese, even the Filipinos. You Filipinos. When you guys come here to Hawaii, you guys come from a third world country. You guys come here, oh, you guys making money, plenty money, and now you guys get good job. Yeah, well, good for you, good luck for you. But when you get one good job, you serving the people. No give an attitude, because most of you guys give attitude. In my days, we give attitude. We get slapped upside the head. No questions asked, bro. Nothing. You're going to get it from that person, and then when you go home, you're going to get it from your father or your parents, because they have to tell your parents what you did to them. So, when you people come here, get good jobs, don't think that you're better than anybody else, because you're not. You're just the same as everybody else. We go to the bathroom the same. When we get cut, we bleed the same. We talk the same, we act the same. We get nuts like the same. So what's the difference? Well, most of you Americans come here, you guys just don't give a shit about nothing. You guys don't have that respect for anybody but yourself. So now I know what is racist. I know how it is to be racist. At one time I was racist, but now I'm beyond racist. I hate everybody. I hate everybody equal. So, I like to say to all the people out there, if you come here with an attitude, no come, stay home. Because Hawaii is just a dumping grounds for all the crazy, stupid people. Hawaii is not Hawaii anymore. Because, you know what, we have to fix it. What you guys did to Hawaii, who the guys going to have to fix it? It's going to be us guys. All us guys are what you guys call low class. And these governments is the ones that created the separation for the people. They separate all the people from high class, middle class, and no class, which is us guys is low class. Second class citizens that know mean nothing to these people. The only first class citizen that we know is all the Americans in America. all you other cultural people that comes from Europe, all you Europeans. The Americans, you guys came over here steal the lands from the American Indians, and then you guys never liked the way how England, you guys original from England, come over here taxing you guys, telling you guys gotta pay tax and all that stuff. You guys get mad, so you guys created
Revolution.
the revolution, guys. And then after that, you guys created the Boston Tea Party because of the taxes, and then you guys call you guys self Americans. Kind of strange, you guys call you guys self Americans. You guys kill half the population of the United States, the American Indians. You rape them, you kill them, you do everything to them. And then now you throw them on a reservation,
Yeah, take
and
their
then
land.
you take the water and you don't give them water between the reservation from the state to state. Because how I know that is because when I went to Arizona, Flagstaff, I asked my Indian friend, "Hey, how come we get bridges in the middle of the desert?" And I thought, didn't have a river running through here because you guys got the bridges. They said, "Oh yeah, when we made the Americans put us on the reservation, had water running through. But now he was telling me that they shut off the water from both ends, so there's no water going to the reservation. So they have to go by that end of the reservation for get water from the water tanks or that Indian store right on the border." I mean, I look at that, and I come home to Hawaii, and I see not our, but the American government here in Hawaii, the illegal government, is just selling off the lands. They got no power to sell lands. They get no treaties. They get no nothing. No uh, everything for sell land. They don't have anything. Nothing. Zero. So with that, I think I'll take a break. My voice getting sore.
Well, what Jimbo says is totally for real. I will need to make known. I'll give you my phone number, area code 808-634-0469. And if you want to participate in the movement of what we're going to be doing, Jimbo will do his, I'm going to do mine. And the other people, the one from Nihao, he's going to be doing his. And the other person, Ata, from Kikaha, he's going to be doing his. There's a lot of people stepping into the finally understanding it was just a lie that took the land because of Pearl Harbor. And what we're trying to do is restore. And it's really not that bad per se if you understand the people, the Hawaiian people, the Kanaka, and those that was born and raised here, even though you might not have bloodline, you still have the same right as a Kanaka, basically, because you was born and raised here, and Hawaii had never stopped honoring their right to allow the people that was here for so many years, and they still can stay here. And you, as someone that's outside that doesn't understand this, like Jimbo said, we can allow you a home, not thousands of acres, but a home. If you tell everyone you understand Hawaii was illegally overthrown, and it is true, Hawaii is very illegally overthrown, and we're going to be using the courts, international court. It's like what happened in Africa, South America. A lot of those countries was under other nations, but today a lot of those nations is independent. A lot of South American countries are independent. A lot of African nations countries are independent. So we have the same right. And I think that wrong thing was that lie about when they said you have a choice, but they didn't give the Hawaiians a choice. They just take the people's word that, oh yeah, we can just take it. It's our right just to take it. You don't have that right. If somebody comes to your place and you are living on the land and stuff, and they just take it. Is that right? How would you feel if you're living on the mainland and somebody comes and take your land or your freedom? I don't think you would like it. Just like the black Hawaiians, we are not black. We are not Indians. We are people. We're the Kanaka of the islands of Hawaii. So give me a call if you want to participate in what we're saying here today. You're very welcome to join the group and give me a call. And those gentlemen, you probably know some of the ones that I'm talking about. Call them. You probably know them too. We can get together, and the only way we can do this is through a petition that was written up, that's understood. Sign it, and the names will go to the governor. And once we get the names of the people, the Kanaka and the Kekeokaina, actually we don't need nobody else. Thank you very much. Aloha.
Let me get a little closer. Go ahead.
Okay. So what we have here is some proof that I don't really understand. I like to that you guys people understand about the occupation. So what happened during the occupation? And this is all the general provisions what had happened way back in 1893. And over here it says the phases, the laws of Hawaii is used in this act without qualifying words. Okay? Okay, so, and with that becomes the territory of Hawaii. But that is illegal too, because over here it says that the islands inquired by the United States of America is an act of Congress entitled Joint Resolution. Joint resolution doesn't mean nothing in Hawaii, because joint resolution only supposed to be only in America, because you cannot cross the waters because we're not part of the body of America. So our joint resolution stays in Hawaii, ours. And the America joint resolution, their laws, that's what it means, their laws stays in America, because we was not part of the America, we was occupied. So they push in their constitution on here to us, and they have no right in doing that.
So basically, you didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't say, "Hey, I would like to join the club." You never asked to join the club.
We had no words, nothing to say.
And then all of a sudden they came and said, "You're part of the club."
Yeah, exactly. And so doing that, July 7, 1898 shall be known as the territory of Hawaii. So that's how we became territory of Hawaii, right? So with that comes the citizenship. Now, citizenship, who was the citizenship anyway they're talking about? The citizenship they talk about was the people, the Republic of Hawaii, which was the provisional government. This was the citizen that they're talking about. So over here it says that all persons who were citizens of the Republic of Hawaii, which wasn't the Kanakas, wasn't the Hawaiians. It was those people that overthrew the kingdom. That's who they're talking about, the Republic of Hawaii, the citizens of the Republic of Hawaii on August 12, 1898, are hereby declared. And declare, when you declare something, it doesn't mean really nothing. All it is that I can declare, oh, Ben is on Haole. And definitely Ben is not on Haole, but I declare that. Because I said that. That's all it means. Declare means just telling something that is not true.
So the Republic of Hawaii was like a coup, right? Because it was there was another nation called the Hawaiian. What was it called?
The Kingdom of Hawaii.
The Kingdom of Hawaii, but then all of a sudden we have something that's called the Republic of Hawaii.
Yeah, because they made them.
Because they overthrew it already.
Yeah, and they declared themselves the Republic of Hawaii.
And then the United States made a deal with them.
Yeah.
Not with the Kanaka.
Yeah, so that's why this came up after that.
Oh, God.
And so they say the citizenship, that's why it's stated here, the citizens of the Republic of Hawaii. And we never even
heard about
what the hell is an,
Republic of Hawaii.
Yeah. So from there they said, and they say the date, blah blah blah, and now they recognize them as the territory of Hawaii. So over here it says, now this is the really important part that really get to my brain. It says all the citizens of the United States that resides in the Hawaiian Islands, way before all these things had happened, reside since August 12, 1898, and all the citizens of the United States shall be hereafter resides in the territory of Hawaii for 1 year shall be citizens of the territory. So that means they're making them, anybody that stays in Hawaii after this date shall become citizens of the territory.
They have no authority.
Yeah, right here doesn't make sense because what are you talking about? Had already the Hawaiian people, and the Hawaiian people was a nation, and still is. Only thing we're under occupation.
And it was recognized by a lot of countries. Was it like 100 countries?
Yeah, it was recognized.
By all the biggest nations in the world, right?
Yeah. Right. So all the holy people that was in Hawaii was told that after 1 year, automatically they become part of the territory of Hawaii, the citizens of Hawaii. But it's bullshit.
So a lot of this has underlying stuff happening with greed, money, and the sugarcane industry, right?
Yeah, they wanted the land to control everything, yeah.
And the sugarcane industry, along with pineapple, and along with the missionaries, I guess.
Missionaries was the very
beginning
of all this whole thing. Was the missionary.
Because a lot of people love God, they love Jesus, think very good things about the Bible. Yeah. I mean, almost all the Kanakas I know, they love the Bible, they love God, and at the same time, we can say that the missionaries use the Word of God
to get their way.
Yeah.
To then get to create all this.
Well, you look at this. You look at this. What I want to say to you. Mm-hmm. From the beginning time of man, the Crusades, everything. The Crusades is all about God.
Mm-hmm.
They go around the whole world, push to all the different cultural people. They always talk about God, God, God. God going to save you. God going to this. God. And they get the people because they're not too akamite, too smart for understand the new word of God coming, right? And so they can manipulate them. So that's how the American Indians, the Hawaiians, all the cultural people got manipulated by all these Christian people coming over and spreading the word of God and giving them the cross, And so when they did that, that's what they did to the Hawaiians. They made the Hawaiians to put clothes on. They made the Hawaiians feel shame because God is shame of you. That's what they did to everybody.
But then I also heard through destroying. You're saying the culture is dead.
Yeah.
Is that they didn't allow to speak the language. Yeah. They took the children away.
They beat the children and the poor
folks. Took them away from the parents, right? The ceremonies were not allowed to. People were not allowed to practice, and so then it was just like destroying the culture through specific tactics. I mean, like they had specific take away their religion, take away their language,
broke them down.
Right? Because isn't it true that some of the younger kids growing up now know more about the Hawaiian language than some of the people that were older when they weren't allowed to speak when they were small, you know?
Well, when they took away the language from us was illegal. Now they're trying to get all these kumus and all these supposed to be emerging people bringing back the language, right? But did they ever hear the real language? I heard the real language when I was young. And so the language that they're learning today, in the old days, they never had that Okina and Guaro stops and things like that. When they spoke, they just spoke them freely. you know. And when they spoke, they don't have like bouquet. When in the Hawaiian language, you get bouquet. Bouquet was not the Hawaiian language before. They never see the book and say booklet. If you look at the book, they just would see the palapala under the paper. So most of the language now today that we have is made up by the American alphabets, because in the Hawaiian language was not the written language, was just a spoken. And when the people used to speak before from Ni Hao, it was really real smooth. They never stop in between. They never like, oh, and then think of another word and continue and then stop. Was just smooth, was smooth. It's like the singing was smooth. So today language, I'm saying to you, because of when they took away our language, today Hawaiian language is not the real language. It was made for the Americans to know what the hell we're talking about, you know.
For the anthropologists. This type.
Anthropologists are NADA guys are like, that's another bad place to go, because
Okay.
I call them grave robbers. You know, they're grave robbers. That's all they are. Because if you look at them, all the burial people, if you look at them when they find burials, right, and you try to look at the people and ask them, well, what you guys find? They say only bones, right? But we know, I mean, we're not that stupid not to know. We know they are buried with those objects that was pretty personal to them. You know, like beads, dog teeth, you know, leg ankles and things like that. They're buried with the personal stuff, always. Poi pounders or whatever it is. But every time you ask an archaeologist, they only like show you what they don't want to show you. They sell them. In fact, what I'm saying to you that they don't show you all the stuff. Some of them is, oh no, we don't find nothing with the bodies, which is bullshit. That's why we call them grave robbers. They're not archaeologists, they're grave robbers. And who is always in charge of the archaeologists? A white man. A damn white man that don't know nothing about our culture. You know?
Sure.
You can erase that point.
Going.
Okay.
All right.
So annexation. You know, the meaning to annexation is to tie and bind to, or to add, or to unite, joining a smaller subordinate thing with another. So, you know, that's what annex means. Mm-hmm. Annexation means the act of attaching, adding, joining, or uniting one thing to another. So when they use annexation, that means a more fancy word. And that's when all the laws come in play by the words they're using. Mm-hmm. So in American language, if you use one word, it means one thing. If you use the other word, it means another thing. So I get confused when they say annex. Okay, you would think that they're talking about annexation, but no. But if you go court, they're gonna say no. Annex it just means this and this. It doesn't mean annexation. Annexation is a different thing. So they kind of confuse me, right? So now at least I know when I write them down, I know what I'm talking about. So the subordinate is placed in a lower order or class, secondary. Yeah, which is American system as citizenship. Us guys are just second-class citizens. We are not
subordinate.
Yeah, we are subordinate because our country was stolen, you know, and put under occupation. So that means we're only second class to anybody else. You know, anybody, if you're not an American, born and raised in America, you are just second class citizen. If you go on there and say that I'm American. That's what to me, that's what it means. Because that's how they treat us, like second class. Sometimes no class at all. It's like rubbish. And, you know, and in the papers I was reading, they talk about acquired Hawaii. So I was wondering, what is acquired? Acquired is formal, to get or to come to own. That's what acquired means. So I thought, oh, that damn bastard, they go acquire Hawaii. So they come to own Hawaii. Oh, now I understand all this stuff, yeah. And the joint resolution is not law on the is not law. Something much on the foreign soil. Oh yeah, so the joint resolution is not law in the United States, much less on a foreign soil. So it's a joint resolution. When they say joint resolution to us, it doesn't mean anything. Joint resolution don't mean nothing because it doesn't mean anything.
Right now, is it correct how I've understood it that the joint resolution of Congress can only be done with
In
something that's
Congress.
already a territory, and then you have proven that the territory became illegal because it wasn't the Hawaiian nation.
Yeah.
It was the Republic of Hawaii that created the territory.
Right.
So,
Right.
so if the territory was not correct,
Yeah. All this don't mean nothing.
then you can't have a joint resolution,
Cannot. It's
and then you
illegal.
can't have a state.
It's
So
illegal.
it's all based on the Republic of Hawaii and the sugarcane barons,
That's right.
the sugarcane barons creating the Republic of Hawaii,
Right.
and then the U.S. backing them up,
Yeah. That's what happened. That's the truth.
and that's what happened.
That's why it says, yeah, it's a self-proclaimed government.
And then meanwhile, the president at that time was saying it's wrong.
yeah.
What's his name?
I think it was not Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Cleveland said it was an act of war. Yeah.
The president of the United States at the time when this all went down,
Yeah.
he had more information than the regular citizen, right? Because
Yeah.
he's a president of the United States, and he says this is wrong.
Illegal. It's illegal.
It needs to, we need to make this,
Make it
but
right.
he didn't. But he wasn't successful.
Yeah, because he was leaving office already.
Oh,
So when the next one
oh,
came
the
in,
McKinley or something like
Yeah.
that. And he was the bad guy.
he
Yeah.
was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so
Okay, go
again, I got over here, it says citizens of the Republic of Hawaii. Who was the Republic, citizen?
Now, we already
Yeah.
know that
Yeah, we already know. It was a self-proclaimed government.
self-proclaimed.
Yeah, it says in the documents I have. It was a self-proclaimed.
So illegal in international law
Yeah, it's illegal.
in 1894.
Yeah. So that is why the apology letter bill
Uh-huh.
that they gave to us in apology was to wash the federal government hands, wash their hands and set it back into their illegal state of Hawaii.
Oh, because they said you have 7 years,
Right.
and if you
right.
don't do it in 7 years,
Yeah.
then everything is lost. So really, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's why I wrote this all down. Yeah.
right.
And so I wrote this: usurp. Usurp is to take and keep something such as power, which is the Hawaiians had power. We was our own nation. In a forceful or violent way, and especially without the right to do so. And they talk about usurp too in a lot of the papers that we read. And over again, I get two different words there again. It's two different words. It's not the same because it means two different things in a court system. One word would mean another thing. What's it called? The guys had the word for that before. But anyway, the usurpation is the act of taking by force and as true with justification. So this means that they had the right to do it.
Mm-hmm.
When they're stealing, when I go steal something from you, I have the right to steal from you.
So crazy. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so he says the United States government then utilized this internal document, the joint resolution, to provide for annexing the Hawaiian Islands to the United States as the basis for supposedly the Treaty of Annexation, the Newland Resolution, to create the de facto territory of Hawaii. This, in its first paragraph, stipulates that the United States government have already recognized as a de facto the Republic of Hawaii, now supposedly accepts from its ceded sovereignty of kind, etc., the stolen possessions of another. In truth, the Republic of Hawaii poses nothing that it could lawfully cede anyone. And it said, jurisdictionally speaking, the United States recognized the de facto Republic of Hawaii possess no sovereignty, no nothing. That means, nothing. It's all made up, it's all fake. And hence the usage of this ambiguous phrase of whatsoever kind, the treasonous most definitely did not possess exclusive jurisdiction over the Hawaiian people. The treasonous only had stolen rights. To this very day, these stolen rights are enforced through abuse of police power with the full United States complicity and military support. Which is, that means, fuck, we get bigger gun, what the hell are you gonna do? Nothing. They call themselves the Committee of Safety.
The Committee of Safety.
Yeah, so when they
God,
first
it's like
started,
double speak. It's like
yeah,
it's unsafe.
It's a lie.
Hawaii. It's a self-proclaimed magnification of the government. Had no support and virtually no approval from the general public of the Hawaiian Islands.
Well, the Kanaka never had no say at all. Basically, it's so one-sided. You know how they went ahead and just claimed and said, our word is the only word.
But the best thing is that the laws of our kingdom stated, that our lands, everything, especially, to the people and the children of the Aina, the land, is perpetuated. in the
Perpetuity,
people.
right?
Yeah. Is for the people. It belongs
Forever.
to the people forever. So that's what it means, a state of continuing forever. The land will be passed on forever in generation to generation.
And that's the law. It was written in law.
It's a law, yeah. So I don't understand how this county council can make laws. How the county and the state can make laws selling or giving away and trading land that don't belong to them. Because the land was given already to the people of Hawaii,
original
the
government.
original people
Right.
in the time.
So we can get a good
Okay?
Okay.
So, I like to say to all these governments in Hawaii that we know that the state of Hawaii is illegal, and anything above that is all illegal. So, I get to say to you guys, and let it be heard to all the people, you governments, quit selling our lands that you don't have title to. That's all I'm going to say. We already get the proof. Thank you.
Aloha, my name is Ben Nihi. I want to first of all thank Yanji for being here and putting this video together so we can have it in the public eye. And then understand, we're not making up stories. We are, because we lived here, both of us, Jimbo and myself, and we have gone through, like my grandmother, she cried when she saw what was happening in Hawaii. Telling the truth is what we have and what we have gone through ourselves personally. So thank you, Yanji, for being part of this event today and helping us to get the word out to everyone. We're not hiding nothing. We want everything to be out there. And ask us, call me. My number, area code 808-634-0469. If you want to participate, you can honestly say, come on in, get your paper together. And the stuff we have documents about what went wrong or what the illegalities, okay, and the use of a so-called public apology.
Yep.
So thank you very much, and aloha, ahui ho. Thank you.